What's up everybody, it's Slayer Corpse here, and welcome back to Fallout 1 is Better Than You Think. In the last episode, we were told by our Vault's overseer that the Vault's water chip is broke and we need to head out to Vault 15 where we might be able to find a working one. Along the way, we ran into a small town called Shady Sands where we met some of the townspeople and got some supplies to help us at Vault 15. After making our way there and finding out that there was no chip at Vault 15, we headed back to Shady Sands and we learned that the leader of the town, Aradesh's daughter, Tandy, was kidnapped. So we saved her and then got brutally rejected. And now in this video, we're going to be making our way to the next point of interest, Junktown.
Maybe.
We started heading down towards the town, and after 6 days we got interrupted by some rad scorpions. We easily take them out and get another level up in the process. Then I put some points into speech, small guns, and barter. After that, we continue on our way. On my way. On my way. On my way. And after 4 more days, we arrive at Junktown. When we enter the town, we are reminded that we need to not brandish our weapon when entering new areas. We ask him who he is and what this town's been up to, and he lets us know that Junktown regularly trades with a place called the Hub. After assuring him we weren't some stuck-up knucklehead from the Hub, he tells us to be on our way and not cause any trouble. No promises, Mr. Guard, no promises. So we waltz in and find another guard who's more willing to strike up a conversation. He tells us that he works for somebody named Killian Darkwater, and that he tries to keep the town out of harm's way. He gives us a warning about some guy named Gizmo that runs a crooked operation in town and says that we should stay away from him. Look, the only thing that Gizmo reminds me of is this cute little furball from the Gremlins, so I don't think we're gonna let this guy dictate who we do and who we don't talk to. We give our first little snark, saying this town is no fun, and that is the cast of the first stone, starting the peculiar events that are about to unfold here. After talking to some of the guards, we head into this shack where there's not much going on, so we end up making our way over to this rundown hospital building. We can see 2 burly men named Flash and Cougar. We talk to Cougar and he cuts us off and tells us that we should talk to Flash, so we talk to Flash and, well, he's in his own little world. So the next best thing is to talk to the doctor here, Doc Morbid. We ask him for an exam in which he finds out we're perfectly good, but he still wants to charge us 10 caps for the examination fee. I was hesitant at first, but after seeing my cap count, I decided to fork up the caps to avoid any altercations. We can see that behind Doc Morbid there's a little ladder that leads to an underground area. We take it down and... what in tarnation is going on here? We talk to this short dude right here, and he isn't the most coherent, but we pick up that a guy named Iguana Bob might be using human meat he gets from Doc Morbid to sell as iguana meat. So I'm just gonna back up out of here and pretend that I didn't see anything, and after going through the first part of the city, we can make our way up north and explore more of this dusty town. We enter the next area of the town and see a general store named Darkwater's. We head in, and we talk to one of the most handsome fellas in all of Fallout.
Can I help you? Oh, yeah. The name's Killian Darkwater. I'm the mayor of this fine town, and who might you be?
My name is Bo Dank, and I come from up north.
Not much up that way except desert and shady sands. You from there?
No, I came from a vault to the west.
Oh yeah, sure you do. And when you were a baby, your crib was a safe. Don't feel bad. Ain't the worst story I've been told. So, what can I do for you?
Well, he doesn't believe us, so we go ahead and ask him about the town.
Well, Junktown's not much, but it's home. Mostly we trade with people or let them forget their troubles for a bit.
And then after, we decide to do some bartering since we got so stocked up in the last episode. Before we could barter with him, someone came in yelling,
Gizmo sends his regards.
I'll go ahead and say from now on, like at the Raider camp in the previous episode, I will mention when I'm going to stray from a path that I had originally went down. I don't remember how much I'll refer to later, as I have played through the beginning of this game almost identically a couple of times, so past Junktown is where my memory starts to get hazy. Usually I would give Killian a hand and help take down this guy, which would prompt a quest for us to help him take out Gizmo. But this time around, I wanted to see how this would play out if I didn't help. So I skipped out on helping Killian, and I watched as the fight went down. As expected, Killian is victorious and we talk to him, but since we didn't help him out, he doesn't thank us or ask us for our help. Before we were rudely interrupted, we were about to barter, so I checked out what he's got, and I ended up selling 2 grenades and some ammo for a stim pack and 436 caps. Since Killian doesn't have anything for us to do, we go ahead and make our way up to this big building above Darkwaters called the Crash House Hotel. We asked the front desk lady if she has any information. I even slipped her a 50 as a favor for some info. Then she tells us that all she knows is that we're $50 poorer and that she won't gossip. So after getting called broke, we see this lovely lady in this hotel room over here. We start a conversation with her in which she offers to get down and dirty. We ask her how much it is and she hits us with the, "Oh baby, if you've gotta ask, it's probably more than you can afford." So after being called broke twice, we head towards the back of the building and chat it up with this lady who's guarding the back door. She lets us know that this is the territory of the one and only Junktown gang called the Skulz. Some big names in the gang are Victor and Shark, who hang out at the Skum pit, and a man named Vinny. They seem tough, but they just hang around playing games at Gizmo's or do odd jobs for Gizmo or passing travelers. We ask her about Gizmo and she tells us that he wants to run Junktown, but Killian keeps him in line, and every so often he hires Vinny or Victor to go deal with people. After learning enough about the Skulz, I barge into their hideout and talk to this guy who looks like he could be Ian's twin brother. He reminds us that we are on Skulz turf, and they claim to run the town at night, but when I ask him that I thought that Gizmo ran the town, they call him Slab and say that they are the real muscle in this city. When confronting him about Killian's power, they say they don't bother him and vice versa as long as they keep it low key. Sounds to me like they're scared of that handsome devil, but who am I to say? After talking to some of the people in Midtown, we can make our way up north and explore the town's final area. We enter the town's northern part and we get a glimpse of Gizmo's casino. Maybe we'll finally get to meet this mysterious Gizmo we've heard so much about. Before we head in, we see this guy who's been scared off by this dog, and normally we'd have to give this dog some food in order to calm him down. But when we show up, he takes a liking to us automatically, and just like that, we have dog meat as a companion. So we make our way into Gizmo's, and before meeting the man himself, we do some board games. We turn 925 caps into 950, and then we decide to quit while we're ahead. Then we can walk into the boss's office and finally meet the talk of the town.
Get your butt in here and sit down. We got some business to discuss.
Well, shoot, I guess I shouldn't have been so naive and listened to the warnings that we were given, but we're here now, so we might as well hear what he's got for us.
Alright, here's the deal. Junktown, it ain't what it used to be. The only reason it's still here is because of my
Board game.
establishment. Even so, Killian's been breathing down my neck, and I'm starting to take it personal. And that's where you come in, Slick.
What do you want me to do?
What I think is you're gonna take him out for me, you know? No witnesses, just in, over, out.
As I said before, normally we would help Killian out, but since Gizmo is giving us the opportunity to stir up some trouble, we go ahead and team up with Gizmo. Before we take Killian down, I figured we would explore a little more to see if we could get some info on how to deal with him. While exploring, I came across this boxing ring up here, and when talking to the man standing in front of it, he lets us know that there isn't any boxing today, but a match will take place tomorrow with the local champion, Saul. So since there's no boxing today, we'll make our way down to this building we've heard of called the Skum Pit, but they're closed. Since we have to wait for the boxing match tomorrow and for the Skum Pit to open, we cozy up inside this shack and sleep until evening. After a couple hours, we go into the Skum Pit and look around at all the faces that are in this place. The most interesting looking guy in here is a guy with filed teeth who we can assume is Shark. So we talk to him and see what he has to say, and he calls me fresh bait and chum, and he asks us what brings us here. Instead of answering him, we ask him what he does for fun around here, in which he responds,
I beat up posers like you.
and he attacks me. I didn't want to get into any fights right now, so we whipped out the handy dandy time machine. Spoiler alert, we're about to use it quite a bit, and tried a different dialogue option. This time we told him we're just stopping by for a drink and some entertainment, in which he responds,
Well, for this evening's entertainment, we've decided to thrash the place. Grab what you can carry and let's see some blood run.
I thought what the heck, and I decided I wanted to join in on this brawl. So Shark hits Trish for 12 points and kills her. I don't know who to shoot, so I just waited my turn. Neil the shop owner sprays Shark, critically hitting him for 18 points. A barfly joins in and guns down Shark. Neil takes a couple hits. These guys start shooting at each other every which way. I shoot Neil a couple times, and by the end of it, we're the last ones standing. Well, that was a disaster. Handy dandy time machine. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and avoid talking to Shark this time, and instead we're gonna talk to the bar owner, Neil. He gives us a warm welcome and we inquire him about the trophy he has displayed on the shelf, only to learn that it's an urn that carries his wife's ashes, and besides the bar, it's the most important thing to him in his life. Well, after that awkward encounter, we ask him for some information, but he doesn't tell us anything that we didn't already know, so we go ahead and look for someone else to chat with. While going around the bar, a Skulz gang member hits Trish in the face, knocking her to the ground. And Neil, playing no games, guns down the Skulz member, and Shark threatens that this isn't over. In between that altercation, I had a conversation with this guy standing at the back of the bar, and when I walked up to him, he invited me for a drink. We ask him about his story, and he tells me his name is Tycho, and he comes from a place called Nevada. He said he traveled here because this place shows promise, but the scum of the town needs to be cleaned up. He doesn't want to cross Killian, so he doesn't get involved, although I think you can recruit him if you started the quest to take down Gizmo. But since we didn't do that, we missed out on 300 XP and gaining a new companion. After talking to Tycho, we chatted up with this singing man who lets us know about some other points of interest like the Hub, the Brotherhood of Steel, who requires us to be with a caravan in order for them to let us in, and a place called Takedown, which is an area in the Boneyard. So after all that mess and not having gained any information on how to deal with Killian, we head back down south to see if the Skulz have anything new to talk about. So we make our way back to Ian's long-lost twin brother, who we find out is Vinny, and we ask him to join the Skulz. But he says that we have to prove to him that we are Skulz material, and in order to do that, they want me to steal Neil's wife's ashes. That to them would make me hard enough to join the Skulz. I'm starting to feel bad by this point, but I figured maybe they would help me out with taking down Killian if I proved my worth. So we got straight down to business. We make our way over to the Skum pit and wait until nighttime to snatch the ashes, and after numerous failed attempts, we finally swipe the urn and make our way back to the hideout. After bringing the urn back to Vinny, he tells us he wants to cap Neil tonight and asks us if we want to join in. Since we've been pretty dry on XP this video, I decided to join him in hopes to get some XP after completing this. Within a few moments, both Neil and Trish get taken out, and we do end up getting 300 XP for, quote, putting a cap in Neil's ass. After the fight, the Skulz gang heads out and we decide to do some looting, where we find our next fit upgrade, some sick leather armor. Neil was pretty stacked and he had a pistol, some ammo, 5 stim packs, and some caps. We checked his room for any loot, but no luck. So after all that, we head down to see if that was enough to join the Skulz and have them aid us. We enter the hideout and we instantly get attacked. We just busted our behind and committed some heinous acts in order to join the Skulz, and this is the thanks we get? So we whipped out the Oingo Boingo time machine to see if maybe I messed up during the fight, and that's why they were mad at me. But after doing everything again, we get the same results. This time after killing Neil, we waited till morning, as I thought maybe going into the hideout late at night is what was causing them to shoot at me. On the way to the hideout during the day, a guard saw us and he began to attack us, but we took him out with no problems, and we were finally able to make our way into the hideout. Again, I can assume that it's because we were going late at night that they attacked me, but it's anybody's guess at this point. We try talking to Vinny and nothing. All that, and we get no helping hand in helping take down Killian. So, after that, I ran into what I'm pretty sure was a bug, where every time I ran up north, it would teleport me to the night before, no matter what I did in the area. Once I went up north, it would just send us back. Maybe a byproduct of us abusing the time machine? Well, since all that led to absolutely nothing, and my game was just taking a crap on me, I decided to go all the way back to right after we stole Neil's wife's ashes, and decided to do the right thing. I gave him back the urn in order to get a lifetime's worth of drinks from the bar. We weren't able to get Neil's loot, but we were still able to pick up some leather armor, as there was the guy who got gunned down by Neil for hitting Trish. And now, since we're gonna have to take out Killian with our own noggin, we make our way down there to start our attempts. So we show up to Darkwaters and start off by trying to use our low sneak and lockpick to lockpick this door right in front of these 2 armed guards. We get confronted instantly and apologize for the misunderstanding and try something else. We wait until daytime, and before making any further attempts, we decide to check in on the boxing match that we heard from yesterday. So we make our way up to the boxing ring, we go ahead and bet on Saul, and this has to be one of the most uneventful fights I've ever seen. But of course, Saul wins and we win 25 caps. So at this point, after dealing with all the crap here and being pretty certain no one was going to help me out, we decided to just break into Killian's room and wait until night to ambush him.
Now what the Uncle Sam hell do you think you're doing here?
He catches us trying to break in.
You're damn straight this is my place. Now get the hell out before I make your head a wall decoration.
And it's finally time to take down Killian. And it's done. Our handsome, lovable Killian is gone. After finally killing Killian, we loot him for his dog tags, a sweet pistol, and a bunch of ammo. Now it's time to fight our way back to Gizmo. We take care of the guard outside of Darkwaters, and since we used the time machine, we had to deal with this guard again on the way up north. While going through the casino, some gamblers got mad at us, but we dealt with them easy peasy, and finally we make our report to Gizmo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Izzo's got you, buddy. Yeah, this is good. You know, hey, you should leave town for a while, just in case.
He gives us our reward money and tells us to skedaddle out of town for a bit or he'll put us under. So that's it, huh? We did all that crap and all we got was some measly change and in order to leave the town. I wandered around for a bit, wondering, what was it all for? Why did I come here just to jerk around with these goons, just to erase all that and then take down Killian as if it was gonna do any good? I know I wanted to make new decisions, but this just couldn't be the way. So I decided to clear out all of the scum to hopefully make up for the evil I've acted upon in this dusty town, starting with the Skulz.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself,
Then we make our way up to Gizmo.
what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
And after taking out all the scum in Junktown, we get a hefty amount of loot, we have to fight our way out of the casino, make our way up north, and it's finally time to say goodbye to this piece of trash city and all of the crap that happened here. And in the next video, we can make our way to our next point of interest, the hub. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to say that I've been having a blast recording this series, and at the time of recording this video, part 1 just hit 1,000 views. I really do appreciate every single one of you that has checked it out, and it would mean the world to me if you dropped a like and a comment down below letting me know what you think. And if you did like the video, consider hitting that subscribe button so you can get notified when I upload more videos. Lastly, I wanted to mention that I'm going to try and drop a video consistently every other Friday for now, so if all goes accordingly, the plan is to have part 3 out on Friday, December 5th. And again, I want to say thank you to everyone who has checked this series out, and I hope to see you all in the next one.